They are in an alternative reality. They love to quote facts and figures and statistics and targets and trickle-down economics, when the reality for people on the ground is so very different. I haven't heard any of them talk about the price of cheese, which has gone up 30%, around $13, $14 in most supermarkets. I haven't heard them talk about the price of eggs, up 20%. The price of milk, 2 litres now close to $6. I remember when you could go down to the dairy, Madam Speaker, and get 2 bottles for around $6. They are in an alternative reality that has been made very clear in the State of the Nation report by the Salvation Army this morning, which highlighted the worsening child poverty, the worsening unemployment. In fact, unemployment is now at record highs, the worst statistics in a decade, and some sections of the community really feeling the impact, including our Pacifica youth, 1 in 4 unemployed. Horrendous statistics. The trickle-down economics that they love to speak about do not work, and that is what the evidence is telling us, and that is what our constituents are telling us. Rising family violence, Madam Speaker. This is a really worrying trend that the Salvation Army is reporting. It correlates with the increased mental distress, and we know that the mental health system is yet another part of the health system that has been neglected by this government. So what does the government do in response? Well, today, Nicola Willis, so desperate as a Minister of Finance, decides that she's going to try a political tactic and get an inquiry into the Reserve Bank around its monetary policy that happened under COVID. That independent institution, the Reserve Bank, because she is so desperate that she wants to talk about lessons learned, she wants to talk about governance, she wants to talk about transparency, because she cannot stand the fact that things are sliding under her watch, that the cost of living that is crippling New Zealand families, that so many people are struggling with, is happening right now under her watch. This is a classic distraction. It is a classic smokescreen. It is a classic manoeuvre to direct the anger that is so rightfully being directed to her by people on the street, and we hear this all the time when we do our issues boards at the local AMPs. When I was down at the Invercargill Southland Institute of Technology Open Day the other day, hearing the anger at this government, hearing people say they want to change this government because they are concerned with what's happening right now, not what happened in COVID. But what is happening right now, Madam Speaker, is that we are seeing these record unemployment figures. We are seeing housing, people struggling with housing, people sleeping in cars. I have been dealing with a constituent case this week, heartbreaking, of a mother of children sleeping in cars. I have been dealing with Housing New Zealand, I've been dealing with Oranga Tamariki. They simply do not have the people and the services available to support our struggling families. And when we look at that and then look at the cynical timing of the report that the Finance Minister has commissioned, surprisingly, today, and guess what? It's going to land in September, several weeks before the election, so that she can do what she does day after day in this House and try to point the finger at everybody else for her fiscal mismanagement. We heard today in question time how she can't even read the books properly. That is why she is creating new financial indicators. It is a sad state of affairs, and it is easier, Madam Speaker, to try to count LSAT losses rather than talk about job losses, and those job losses are happening right here, right now, under this government's watch. So what is her plan? Her plan is simply the blame game. It is desperation from the other side. We don't see any credible plan, and I would invite people at home watching this debate to listen to the theory, the trickle-down economics, the stats, the words like engagement with the sector. They should be out on the ground, boots on the ground, talking to their constituents and at least acknowledging the hardship that is out there currently. It might be easier to swallow the words that they are saying if there was some acknowledgement of what is going on for ordinary New Zealanders. But sadly, they are so out of touch that they cannot even do that. And that is why we will be changing this government come November.